you know, it kind of gets tough when we're using the SOAP note as the roadmap, especially if, let's say, you know, I wanted to just try something, you know, but didn't necessarily go over it with Dr. George or Dr. Matt, and then they look at it and say, okay, well, we must be wanting to do this now, and then we start adding it every time, but maybe it didn't go so great the first day, and we don't want to do that, you know, so that's where the face sheet becomes a better use, if we can use that as a template.
Separate training for that.
So, yeah, because what I've been doing is,
Just
I
write it
didn't,
down.
yeah, I would just write it down. I would say add next visit, add translation with no nos, let's say.
Mhm.
And so what the girls have been doing is, because I didn't, see, I didn't even know what the face sheet was.
Okay.
We've never even
Yeah.
used the face sheet.
Okay.
But that would be, if that's what we're gonna do going from now on, okay, we use the face sheet as the plan, master plan. And we
SOAP
might do
note
some stuff
that
here, the
day.
SOAP note that day, you know, we'll do everything we did and say, you know, if we
it
try.
like stays consistent,
Yeah.
or if like that's working, then it gets
So the
added
face
onto
sheet, yeah, the face sheet's gonna be, when you open the notes up,
On the left.
then the left should be the face sheet on top.
Yeah.
Because if we have to do a new face sheet, we gotta write it all on and then, or just add it and put a date on the date that we added it.
Or if you may see like some of the ones that I have done on there, they graduate from what they're doing, or it's no longer working for them, whatever the case is, and I scratch it off and say, you know, with the line through it and my initials and the date next to it means we're not doing that anymore, but then there'll be something under it that says change to this, or if there's just a line through it, nothing else is added, then it just means we're not doing that anymore. Yeah. I didn't know that. I thought you had been using the face sheets. I guess I just assumed that I saw them.
Well, they're there, but.
You had him.
Vita started them and I.
Okay, that was a Vita thing. Okay. I mean, we can do whatever way. That's the way I've always done it, and that was the way I did it with the old places, because we had multiple people seeing different things, and it was almost easier to have that roadmap, so you kind of know this is always the template that we want to go off of, but we may stray sometimes a little bit from it on a day-to-day basis, and that'll be written in the SOAP notes. But the meat and potatoes of it is kind of on that other one. That just makes it easier for all the doctors to communicate to, maybe, and communicate with you guys and stuff like that. Okay. And we can change that face sheet too if there's things on there where it's, you know, maybe we're always not using some of the boxes. Maybe we can change some of it, or you know, whatever. If you guys can't read it on green, we'll change the color or something. But yeah, I'll go over. We'll do that in another day where I go through all of the paperwork, because that's more intensive too. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's another one.
That's a whole nother one. And that'll be even.
Yeah, look at Chinese that nice.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be a good one too, because we'll go through like noting, like how we should note, you know, and then that's where you guys can say very easily next to, you know, let's say we do gaze, and then right next to it you put a little dash and say, you know, patient fatigued with blank, whatever it was. And then you guys know, then if you see him one day, Selena, and then you see him the next day, you can look on that last SOAP note and say, okay, the fatigue factor was a jerk of the cheek, or the fatigue factor was pupil dilation, or the hands got sweaty. Then you know what to look for.
So we should always jot those notes down.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But we'll go over that again in a whole nother
Yeah.
day. But is there more about the gaze stability stuff? That question? Why we do it? Is that?
Yes.
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 Okay. So the best, if a patient says, "Why are you grabbing my head, making me look at this dot, and shaking my head side to
Yeah.
side?" The easiest, right? Because it's kind
I
of
feel like mostly they all think that, but they just kind of go with the flow.
yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes people ask me
They're
though,
like,
and
why?
yeah.
Dr. Gardner.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you're supposed to do it.
Easiest-
Usually we explain it to them in the report of findings though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll know,
Yeah.
but a lot of times they're so overwhelmed with everything.
With
we're doing
everything,
Yeah.
it's like they don't
that they
even,
go,
yeah.
I'm dizzy right
Yeah.
now, so, and then
Why
they'll
are we
say,
doing
so,
this?
yeah, so if they say why, then,
You can get so the easiest answer for them is that maybe your eyes are not very stable. That may be explaining some of your symptoms. And what we're doing here is recalibrating your eye and head movements. That's your easy answer. We're recalibrating how your eyes, your head and neck move together, because they're all connected. Okay. that's the easy answer. If they say, what does that
If
mean?
you have someone like Nancy Morehouse who
Yeah.
wants to know more.
If
She
she
wants to know into detail.
If she wants to know
what
the
she's
detail
doing.
of all the little
Or make
specific
it
things,
It's like, ask
then
Dr.
it's
George.
ask Dr. George, ask Dr. Maya, ask
Yeah.
Dr. Matt.
Mhm.
Because then it gets very
So-
specific for each person's
So
case.
one way to, like, so you guys can see what that means, okay? So if I turn my head to the right, where do my eyes go? To the left. If I go to the left, they go to the right. If I go up, okay, my eyes go, if I tilt my head down, my eyes go up. If I tilt my head up, my eyes go down, right? So these have to be all smooth, everywhere, and when you go to the right and left, gotta be smooth. And if they're not smooth, then it'll give you a different perception of where your world is. That's why some of these people might feel that they're foggy.
Yeah.
Say, I don't feel grounded, I don't feel foggy. So if you already know if you look and they say, feels foggy or feels dizzy, they say, why are we doing these exercises? Because it recalibrates your eyes and head and neck to make you not feel foggy, yeah, or headachy or whatever, okay? Yeah.
And that'll be something that I'm gonna add to that part of the face sheet too, is their diagnosis.
Yeah.
So we see that, so you guys know what that looks like, but then also their priority. So if somebody's priority is I'm foggy all the time, it may be, maybe not, but if their eyes are not calibrated, they're going to not know where they are in space, they're gonna feel fog. Or why do we do the tilt table? We're trying to regulate blood flow through gravity to help with your fogginess, or your headaches, or your, whatever that looks like. Okay? Easy answer for gaze stability, why am I doing it? It's to recalibrate your eye and head movements.
To help with your symptoms.
To help with your symptoms.
That's it.
Yeah. If they say, why do I look near far on the jump here, that near far, why am I doing that? Again, same thing, to recalibrate your eye movements, but also to, if you're doing a near far pursuit or SCOD, it's to break a convergent spasm. That's the only reason we do it, okay? So that's one. If somebody says, why do I look at your thumb and then jump to the dot? Because we're trying to break the convergent spasm that you have, okay? If they ask any more in-depth detail of that,
Then.
the easy answer, the easy thing for all of the hard questions that you may not have a good answer to is you can just say, I can't answer that. It's better if you talk to the doctor. That's easy, okay? So if you're ever in a spot where either one, you don't know the answer to it, or two, you know it's going to be too difficult to try to explain to the patient and they're going to just keep going with more, it's just easy to say, I can't go over that. It's easiest if you, or best if you talk to the doctor about it. Okay, and then you come let us know that they want to talk about it. Okay. That's really, and then the same thing with translation. Why am I doing the translation? Is to recalibrate your inner ear and your eye movements and your head movements, and break that convergence spasm. There may be things where somebody's has a convergence insufficiency, so they can't actually converge, and we may do forward translations. So that's in a forward translation, we're doing it to actually help them converge more. I don't know, we don't do that a whole lot because people with convergence insufficiency, getting in the chair and spinning them increases their sense of gravity, and that fixes that too. So most times you'll see us just doing the translation backwards because we're trying to break it. Okay.
Another big, go ahead. What's that?
Does beads fall into this?
Yes, yeah, so
Category?
same thing, so bead string, the explanation for that, why am I doing this? To calibrate, for bead string, it's to calibrate your eyes in different depth fields, okay? Because with that convergence spasm or with a convergence insufficiency, with both of those, they can't judge depth appropriately, okay? So doing that, you're recalibrating where their eyes are in their orbits, where their eyes are in space at different depth fields to recalibrate. That's really what it is, recalibrate. That's the reason why. Do you guys want to see the bead string?
Yes.
Or are we getting?
No, we have to.
Yes, you do want to see it.
I have to see everything.
Okay.
Read it.
Let me grab it, and so that's another thing we're gonna look at too, is maybe setting up a.
We used to, and then we painted the walls.
Yeah, we didn't bring them back.
We had it right here.
What's that?
We had
We had the
different
hooks right
levels.
here.
Oh, did you? You got a bead string
We
station?
just
Yeah.
repainted it.
Yeah, we had it, but we painted the walls and we didn't put
Wasn't-
it back up.
Oh, okay, well, perfect, yeah, maybe we'll look at putting one back.
Storage?
Because it's easier than doing the hook. It's so
Almost.